Welcome to episode 200. Facebook's here, Instagram's here, YouTube's here, and we're live on Twitter as well. Woo! 200. 200. I don't know. I think 200 is kind of cool. Certainly cause for celebration. So give you guys just a second to get in here, get settled. Alicia's checking in first on Facebook. Good evening to you. Roxanne, you're right in there next. Fran, good evening to you. Elise from Wheaton, good evening to you. Karen, good evening. Happy 200. Oh, yeah. So 2 nights in a row. I told you, it's every single night except for just the nights that we don't. Susan, good evening to you. Jennifer from Southwest Washington, good evening. Kristen over on Twitter, good evening to you. Heather says, so freaking exciting. I agree. Gonna be a little weird because it's still light out, so my neighbors are still playing basketball. So if you hear the basketball bouncing, that's completely normal. It's just how it is. Jeff, good evening to you. Cleveland's in the house, says Instagram. Hey. Tammy says 200. Tammy, if you guys are following along, whoa, did we just say Sydney, Australia? Hang on, sorry, Tammy. Sydney, Australia? Wow, very cool. First time watchers on Twitter. Very cool. Anyway, Tammy was in the Wise Wingman group. She posted it on Facebook. She posted on Connect that today she did 200 sit-ups. She did 200 post likes, 200 minutes of exercise, which equivalated? Is that a word? Equivalated? Which was equivalent to a 5K. It's a new word, hashtag equivalated. The first person to use that in a sentence gets 10 free internet credits to be used anywhere on the internet to get pretend likes. So, I don't know, making it up as we go. Yeah. Chris Benyon's here. Chris is going to be in the show tonight. For those of you who are new, Chris is in Facebook. See Benyon on Connect. He is outstanding. Randy's here from Minneapolis. Good evening to you, sir. Man, it's going to be hard catching up with all of you. So Arizona's here. I see that. Tammy shouts out to Team Chris. I like it. Chris, I must have wore. I used to have my Red Sox hat hanging right behind me, but apparently I wore it the other day. So it's must be in my room. So very cool. Yeah, I hope Kirby's watching too, because Kirby was instrumental early on when we reached 100 episodes. Kirby organized all of you guys, you sending cards and letters, which was absolutely amazing. But tonight we're just going to be simple. Tonight we're just going to celebrate 200 episodes. I asked a lot of you to send me in stories of you being at Lifetime, and we certainly are going to share them. And got 2 other tiny little surprises as well. So tonight's going to be kind of unique. We'll hang out for a little bit. We'll get the show, and then I kind of want to then just spend some time after the show, just really catching up. Last couple nights, that's why I started early tonight. Last couple times we've done the show, we kind of end the show and roll out. Tonight, I would like to just kind of really, after the show, see what you need, see what you want, and then just kind of hang out as much. Dude, Kirby is here. Woohoo! Not that he's any more special than the rest of you, but it's good to see Kirby for sure. Blue Dot Depot, first time on Instagram Live, usually a Facebook watcher. Good evening to you. Facebook is my favorite, no secrets there. Facebook is the easiest platform for me. Facebook is the only platform where I can see your name and I can see your comments, and I can see 4 or 5 comments at a time. So if I don't read it right away, it stays there. Twitter and YouTube, both, as soon as you comment, they stay for like 10 or 15 seconds, and then they disappear. So if I'm not staring at that screen when you type, it's harder for me to engage. But but it's all cool. Garland, Texas. Michelle is here. Chris is here. Good evening to you, sir. Thought about you a lot today. I was leaving dinner, and 3 cars in the parking lot. I was in that mode where just, leaving dinner going, long day. And 3 specific cars all had the number 23 in the license plate. One was 233. One ended in 23, and I forget what the third one was. But there was 3 of them right in, not a row, but right, the next three cars I saw all had the number 23 in the license plate. So certainly thought of you, Chris. It reminded me. Always makes me smile when you and I are sharing that vibrational energy. Very fun. So let's see what else we got here. Mary Lou is here. Happy 200th. Michelle is here. Good evening. Gina Keith says happy 200. Cheryl Lee says Instadag. Lisa is here. Got you earlier. Lenny. Good evening, Lenny. Haven't seen Lenny in a while. That's always cool. Certainly cool to see you. Jennifer's here. Cassandra from where is it? Farnhamville? I don't know where Farnhamville is, but sounds pretty fun. Bobby's here. Megan says 200. Thanks from the bottom of my heart. So here's what's cool about episode 200, right? Is so if you are day one starting this process, you can go 200 days in a row listening to this podcast, 200 days in a row. And if you haven't completely changed your life in 200 days, I don't know. I think it's possible, right? So this is what's cool about episode 200 is now we now have a tool of legitimately 200 solid days where you can wake up every single morning on fire, wanting to get it done, and have some sort of inspiration to do so. That's what's cool about 200. It's just really, I get caught up in wanting to continue to deliver more and more and more and more, and that truly is my desire to do that. For those of you who are new, for those of you who've been here forever with me, I want to continue to provide fresh content. I want to continue to share your versions of your stories. That will continue to happen. But what's cool is that today is one of those days where you just look at like what the overall picture is, and we say, you know what? There's 200 episodes for a brand new person joining today to join this community, which I think is just absolutely super. That's all you guys. That's you writing in, you sharing your stories, you being here, you being a part of something truly, truly fun. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for that. So let's roll through. Let's see what we have. Denise from Pittsburgh is here. Scrolling through. Get caught up in. LaDonna is here. Very cool. Yeah, Jennifer gave me Jennifer gave a hashtag 23. She knows. You guys know if we haven't shared the reason. So Chris is over on Instagram. Chris is Source Films 8K. Chris and I are good friends here in Indianapolis, and he started chasing his dream and moved out to the West Coast. Started a film production company. The dude shoots some amazing footage, and we stayed in touch, obviously, when he moved out there. And there have just been interactions that only him and I can understand, as that we're being guided differently. And so the number 23, if you're of that mindset, Google it. Angel numbers 23. And anyway, so we shared that. So there was a period of time where and then just as I said that. TANAL number 23 joined Instagram. So I'm just telling you, it's always there. But anyway, so we shared that little vibe. And so there was a period of time where it's amazing that both of us are alive, because I think we may have been texting and driving a little too often as we were sharing different numbers, different license plates, different things. And then we finally said, okay, wait a minute, let's live our lives. We both get it. So believe it or not, it sounds kind of weird, but a filmmaker out of California is also largely responsible for this success, because he's the person that truly showed me that everything in life is possible. It truly is you waking up every single morning wanting to get it done. I was well on my way into a weight loss journey. I was well at goal by the time we realized this, but developing the podcast was something that he is largely responsible for, because he's like, just do it, Mike. Just go for it. Just keep doing it. Just keep doing it. And so, days when I didn't want to do it, that was certainly Chris doing that. So there will be way too many shout outs, certainly, to share. Each and every one of you means something very similar to what Chris has done for me. And for that, truly, truly grateful to be here tonight with you. So it's all kind of fun, all kind of crazy. So let's see. Patricia's checking in from Bloomington, Louisville. Louisville's here. Helen says, took your advice, started eating my weekly, started to lose again, 5 pounds in 2 weeks. That's exactly how it works. You know, eating your weeklies is one of those things that I believe is very important. However, comma, the more accurate your track, the more your weeklies you should be eating. So if you're not a great tracker and you're really sloppy at tracking, then you're already eating your weeklies. You're just not documenting it. And then when you eat them, and you eat them as sloppy as you eat the rest of them, you could have some slower losses than you really predict. But if you're a fantastic tracker, eat your weeklies, enjoy them for sure. Kathy says, Kathy, just like that, Chris, Kathy says the anniversary is 7/23. Of course. Heather is saying hi to Carrie. Very cool. Yeah, Deb's here, episode 200. No, I didn't get my hair did. It just, so I work all day and it gets flat because I wear my hat off and on. So just before the show, I just go throw some junk in it just to get it to be a little differently. Linda's here, Minneapolis. LaDonna's here. Good evening to you. Hopefully you guys are doing well. Marcia has a sentence for equivalated. Andrea's here. Karen's here. Marianne, good evening to you. Gina from Placerville, California. Chris, is that anywhere near you? I don't know. Let's see. Idaho. Betty is here. Kelly says, come on, 200 people. Yeah, I know that was my goal, right? It's not really a goal, but it'd be kind of fun to have 200 people live. So we have 125 there. Looks like 5 there, 9 there, 12 here. Whatever that math is, it doesn't matter. Those of you who are here, you get to be here, and that's all that truly matters. So very fun. Marianne, thank you. Jennifer, catching you live from Long Island. Good evening. Judy, thanks for the 200 ways to success. Exactly. That's exactly what it is. 200 ways for you to wake up every morning on fire, wanting to get it done. Irma from Fort Worth, Texas. Good evening to you. Let's see. Joan is finally here. She says, Colette is here. Good evening. Gina's here. Kirby says, in 200 days, you should be on episode 250. Kirby, we started out super duper fast, and then we just kind of, the plan truly is, I'm slowly getting there, but the plan is for me to, a lot of you like the show where we just sit there and say, what's going on? And we just chat back and forth. So and that's easier for me, but it's not as structured. One of my plans is now that Janine's home for the summer is to help me get a little more organized, get a little more caught up, and then on Sunday record 2 or 3 episodes that I can release throughout the week, and then on the Wednesday nights, I can just pop on live without having to have a script, and so we get an additional show of just us hanging out, but then the structure of the show continues. So, one of the things I noticed today as I was looking at the download numbers, let me just log in real quick and check because it was kind of fascinating. So today, there were, oh shoot, lost it. So we haven't had a show released to the app in quite a couple weeks. And then today, like a little over 5,000 people downloaded last night's episode. So even though there's 150 of us here now, there's 5,000 people who today were able to hear the the podcast. So it becomes important to have that structure so that the larger audience who isn't able to join us live continue to be able to plugged in and stayed in and plugged in. Joan says, second time catching you live. Lori's here from Long Island, New York, down 8.8 last week. Very cool. Daisy, thank you. Lindsay says, I can't see how many viewers we're at because I dropped my phone on that corner. Well, then turn it upside down. That's all. Man. Yeah, Jamie says, can't wait to get to episode 365, 1 episode a day for an entire year. That'll be a cool celebration, won't it? I think it will be. Let's see. Marilyn's here from Ohio. Thank you. Ian Scott, we've been together for so much fun. I agree. Alicia, yeah, it's funny. Part of me, wants to kind of go back and clean up some of the old shows, but the other part of me is like, no, this is just it. There's no script here. We just do what we need to do. Kristen switched from Twitter to Facebook. Good evening to you. Let's see, scrolling through, watching live from New York, says Sharon, Daniela from Nebraska, Diana's here, Ann's got you. Yeah, glad to be part of the 200 episode, Janice. Thank you for being here. All right, let me scroll through. Let's go ahead and let's start the show, shall we? Let me see. Oh boy. Oh boy, you guys are chatty. Yeah, I'm glad I'm scrolling through. So I'm missing a whole ton of comments. So um, if I missed you, I'm just now letting the comments roll. So just, send them again. For very full. Kathy is asking how have I managed maintenance. I manage it with a whole different approach than I did to lose it, and that'll be an upcoming show because I do want to share that. Tonight's not the show that I want to share that on, but I do want to share it. But I'm managing it just well. It to me. We talked about it a little bit last night. This is an amazing journey. There's an amazing balance that I believe maintenance is way more fun than losing ever was, and so I'm truly enjoying it. It's different. It's a little bit different of a learning curve for me. Had some other challenges that continue to make life more fun, but it's awesome. So I'm managing just fine because we have a regular group of people that we check in with and hang out with, which I think is awesome. So cool. Are you ready for episode 200? Where are we at time hack wise? We're 16 minutes in. I think it's time to do this. Shall we? Cool. Let's rock. Yeah. Got pulled on the wrong. Sorry, Instagram. Are you? Carrie says yes. Donna says Donna's got the water. Jason says it's been a long time. Jason, we're 2 weeks away from getting up to Canada. I will be in Toronto. Janine and Megan are coming with me. I'm yelling now because I have headphones on. Janine and Megan will be in Toronto with me. It looks like June 23rd. We'll be up in Toronto. So you'll be there, right? Okay. Cool. All right, let's do this. Mic check, testing 1 2 3. I always like it when it works. All right, we're recording. Yeah, that's right, Jason. It's the Pride Run. For those of you who are following along the tour, I should probably get an email out to the rest of you, but the Toronto Run is actually in conjunction with Pride Weekend. So it'll be the Pride Run, which I think is going to be kind of fun. Looking forward to that. So yeah, so Jason says needing to refocus, hence I'm back. That's how it works. So there's only so much focus in the world, right? You only have the ability to focus for so long in one direction, and then you kind of need to bounce it up and mix it up. So you focus very, 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 very hard on losing weight. You lose the weight, and then you balance it out, and you focus on something else, and then you just kind of remove your focus to where it needs to be as well. So yeah. So anyway, so anyone gonna join us in Toronto next week, June 23rd? I imagine hotels everywhere are sold out. I imagine it's kind of not because of me, but I imagine it's sold out everywhere. We have a hotel. We'll be up there soon. So yeah. Anyway, cool. All right, here we go. Water break. Are you ready? Cheers, cheers, cheers. Everybody have their water ready? Cheers. So, all right, let's do this, shall we? I told you we're getting started a little earlier. Yeah, Bobby, I have to pull the water out a little early, otherwise it does happen. Get a little brain freeze. So let's go to timeout. With that bug guy again?
Yeah.
What the heck? So we have this crazy exterminator. Little secret. We have this crazy exterminator who's going through the neighborhood trying to sell pest control. and he's been here like 18 trillion times, and he just knocked on the door, and like, dude, we're busy. Dude, we're busy. Anyway, I saw that. Let's see. Kathleen says, first time watching a live show. So there it is for Kathleen, ringing the bell. There's probably a couple of you here for the first time, but let's do this. All right, here we go. Sorry, bug guy, we're busy. Irma says, first time watching a full live show. What's up with the water? The water is, it's me to get ready for the show, and you guys join in with water as well. Here we go, episode 200. Are you ready? Helen says, second time for you. Yeah, Alicia says, wear some tinfoil hats and act crazy, and he'll go away. Yeah, I agree. Like, woo! Yeah, we'd like to get some beer. Maybe that's how we'll answer the door next time. Susan, good evening to you. Here we are, episode number 200. 200. Coming up now. Mike's wrong. Hey, Kimberly's here. Woohoo! Good evening. Cool. I am your host, Fat Dag. You're listening to Wise Advice. My weight loss journey failed when I focused on how. It wasn't until I switched my focus to why that I truly transformed myself. Join the show on the web at fatdag.com and follow along on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all at Wise Advice. Send in your comments, your questions, your celebrations. I'll include them as part of the show. But before we dive in, remember, when you're out of points, stop eating points. Hey, I'm honored to be your wingman as we walk through this journey together because I believe in you. That's right, I believe in you. Welcome to episode 200. 200 episodes of Wise Advice. Right now, there's close to 200 of you watching in live. We're going to round up to 200. I'm all about rounding. There's 200 of you watching live right now. Thank you for being a part of this very special episode. For those of you who are going to hear this in the upcoming days, thank you as well for being part of this amazing group. If you haven't already, find your way over to Facebook to the Wise Wingman Facebook group. It's a group of amazing people just absolutely getting it done, checking in daily, reminding ourselves that we absolutely can do this. I want to give a shout out to every single one of you. If you've ever pressed play and you're listening now, then you are part of this 200 journey celebration. And I absolutely could not have done this alone. I could not continue to do this alone. If a tree falls in the woods, does it make a noise? It's kind of like if Fat Dag does a podcast but no one downloads it, does it still make a noise? Well, it needs a two-way communication. That's how it works. You being here, it gives me fuel, gives me fire. I wish you could be here about 20 minutes before we go live for the show. About 20 minutes before the show, I run around the house. I'm looking for some motivation. I'm looking for some energy. And I'm probably not even really running around the house. I'm kind of doing one of these things and moping around the house. And it takes me a second to get energized. And I pop into the chair. I turn on the computer. I turn on the phones. We got 4 iPads looking at me. Got a light shining in my face. And all of a sudden, boom, it's showtime. And the energy that you send through the phone is what makes this thing special. So thank you, all of you, so much for taking care of you. Because when you take care of you, you help me take care of me. So it's absolutely an honor to be your wingman. It's an honor to walk this journey with you. It's an honor to be here each and every day with you as we are all getting this done. So 200 episodes. What that means to me is that there are now someone brand new. If you start this journey today, you can have 200 days consistently where you can wake up with some motivation in your pocket. Any time of the day, you reach out, you say, I need some little inspiration, I need some motivation. 200 days straight, you can do this. You just press play, you just press listen. It doesn't cost you a thing to completely change your life. It just costs you time and effort, of which are going to pass anyways, and you can get it done. 200 episodes. Can you imagine that? Back when we started, I don't know if you remember, if you go all the way back to episode 1, I was sitting in my car. I was trying to figure out what a podcast was. No exaggeration, I had to Google how to start a podcast. About a week later, we finally launched the podcast on March 14th, 2016, I believe. So we're a little over a year old, and so I Googled how to start a podcast with no expectation, no dream, no hope at all that any of you would tune in. And here we are, almost 2.2 million downloads later. We continue to get it done, and there are some amazing stories. We've laughed together, we've cried together. We have done some amazing work. There are some amazing people who've just reached out and shared their stories, and I want to encourage you at this time to do that. If you haven't noticed, this show is 100% user content driven. I don't have a script. I ad-lib from the beginning. I ad-lib at the end. But the entire meat of the show is you sharing your story. So I want to take a moment just to remind you that if you'd like there to be an episode 201, 202, if you'd like to make it episode 300, it takes you sharing your story for other people to understand that they truly are not alone. And the way to do that is to go to open your email, send an email to onair@fatdag.com. You certainly could go to the Wise Advice app from your app store. Inside the app, you can send an email directly as well. There are many ways to be included as part of the show, and I really want to encourage you to do that. Last but not least, and we'll roll right into the first email from Rochelle, is also, again, thank you for all of you who stepped up to continue to provide the financial support to help keep the show going. Fatdag.com, click on Become a Patron. Those of you who've done that, thank you. Days that we don't have that financial support, we bring in some advertisers. All of the advertisers, I want to thank you. The products that they have recommended are all things that I believe in and all good stuff. So without further ado, let's open the show with Rochelle. Episode 200. The subject of her show, of her email, says 200 pounds and counting. Hi, Fat Dag. Hey, I recently posted this on Facebook, but I wanted to share an email that I'm celebrating a 200-pound weight loss. 203 total. Thanks to you and the Wingmen, somewhere along this journey, I started to believe in myself. I'm like so many others in this journey, and I love Beyond the Scale because I'm changing so much as a person. A year and a half ago, I wouldn't have had the confidence to do, and I still would be hiding behind my weight. I smiled to hide the pain, and today I smile because I feel good and I mean it. On my last email, I mentioned that I'm doing so many more things that I couldn't do, and it's so evident on a recent family trip. It meant so much because my family members even noticed. Sure, I would have liked to do more, but I was doing things that I didn't think I was capable of. Some of these are a little embarrassing, but I wanted to share because I know that I'm not alone, and if I can help someone, it's worth it. Walking. I'm still using my walker, but I can actually keep up with people. Knee replacement is in my future, but the doctor wants me to continue to lose to help with my recovery. I can stand and tie my shoes. Booth versus chairs, I can still do both, but I'm worried, but I fit. Now, when it comes to medical procedures, nothing is more embarrassing than needing something and having to ask, is there a weight limit? The stranger and the pity looks and the comments as I was trying to get around are all gone. I can't wait to see everyone in September for your tour and to cheer them on. I hope to be able to do it next year. With warm thanks, Rochelle. Rochelle, congratulations on an amazing 203-pound weight loss. That's all you getting it done. That is you recognizing that there was something in your life you needed to do something about. You plugged into a community. You dialed in. You said you wanted to make a difference, and you absolutely did it. I love the list that you have written out. All things that so many of us have gone through is that I remember trying to squeeze into a booth at times and just kind of just sitting there going, oh my goodness, and having to choose a table on occasion, and now it doesn't matter, and to be able to stand and tie your shoes, walking and keeping up with people, and last but not least is when when people, the strangers would give you the pity looks in the comments, and you've now eradicated that. You've done that because you decided to make a difference, and the strength that you show by sharing your story right now. Right now, somebody brand new is listening with a insurmountable to them belief that the weight loss is not possible, and here you are. You've proven to them that a 200-pound weight loss is absolutely doable. In smiling from ear to ear, rather than to hide the pain, but to smile with pride and say, "I did this." Take 1 second to think about that. I did this. So many times as we go through this journey, and I do it as well, I thank you guys for being here. I thank you for helping me. But the reality is there's nothing we can do for other people, that they have to actually understand that they have to do it themselves. Rochelle, you've done that. You have completely changed your life. You now recognize that there are some health benefits that now you've given yourself back. And it all happened because somewhere along the journey you took it to heart, and rather than saying you can't do it, you started believing in yourself. That is where the true magic happens. When you wake up and you say, "I can do this," when you get to that point, you understand that you are capable of so much more. And so, Rochelle, congratulations to you on your 200-pound weight loss. Continue to eat healthy, continue to move more, continue to just do a little bit of exercise. That is how you change your life. Congratulations once again. In that same vein, as I was preparing the show this morning, I get an alert that comes across my phone, and you guys may remember, I don't know the exact episode, but Chris Benyon, who's of course joining us here live on Facebook as well. Chris was one of those stories that I told him in person that he would have, it would have haunted me for life if I didn't have the opportunity to share the story that I'm going to share with you right now. Many months ago, I was substituting in a Weight Watchers meeting room, and I had about 2 weeks left before my substitution term was ending. And this gentleman walks into the meeting room at the very end of the meeting, and I've shared this story before, so if you've heard it, I apologize, but I want to recap it because it means an awful lot to me. And so he walks into the meeting room and ready to get this done, and so Chris says 58. He's counting. So he walks into the meeting room ready to get this done. He's determined, he's focused, he's miserable. He's ready for us to help him, and I couldn't help him. And the scale that he hopped on, unfortunately, we couldn't get the thing to work. And so he left his very first Weight Watcher meeting ever with absolutely no help from us other than a hope that, "Hey, Chris, would you return?" A week later, he's determined, he's focused, he decides he wants to come back, and he does come back into the meeting room. And once again, technical difficulties prevent us from enabling us to start the program with him. We could not get an accurate weight because the scale was just not cooperating. So here he was reaching out in his darkest hour, I would say, reaching out to someone who's supposed to be able to help him, and that was me. And I failed him on 2 occasions completely. And I asked him, I said, "Dude, just come back." And we sat down, we had a heart-to-heart. He told me he was in the Marine Corps, so I started speaking a little slower so that he would have an opportunity to understand what I was saying. I noticed he was wearing a New York Yankees hat, and I knew for sure that there was no way that he would understand me, for one, and then 2, he would be able to have any sort of success. And so I felt bad for the guy, and I said, "I just want you to come back, Chris. I just really want to be a part of your journey." And he did. And so there is absolutely no reason on the planet that this gentleman should have come back to a third Weight Watchers meeting when the first 2 meetings were completely a failure. I own 100% of that failure. And I promise you, had he not come back on week 3, then I would have, for the rest of my life, I would have lived with that pain that someone reached out for help, and I truly was not able to help him. So as I'm preparing the show today, completely synchronicity is the term I'm going to use. Chris reaches out to me and shows me a picture of his 200-pound charm that he received. 200 pounds lost from a guy who decided he was not giving up, from a guy that decided that this was doable, from a guy that finally said, "I have had enough." He didn't quit, and he absolutely got it done. So Chris, shout out to you, my friend. 206 pounds total. absolutely incredible. You are absolutely amazing. It was a true honor a couple weeks ago when you and I had the chance to go have dinner, to just sit and just connect and just really recap your entire journey. Um, I think the thing that I'm most proud of is as we sit here and discuss now that you are a 200-pound weight loss loser. You're an incredible dude. You're incredibly inspiring. And tonight you had the opportunity to lead your very first Weight Watchers meeting. And so I'm sure if we sat back and we look back all the way back on day one, I don't believe at all you would have said a Weight Watcher leader was in your future, but you've now completed Weight Watcher leader training. You are a leader, and tonight you celebrate your very first meeting as a Weight Watcher leader, as a true success story, as a true inspiration, as someone who understands that this journey does not have to be perfect. This journey simply has to continue. That's all it takes. You know, you have to be mindful, you have to be focused, you have to want to do it, but the reality is there's going to be so many distractions along the way. You have to actually just not quit. And when you hit goal, Chris, you will hit goal. Lee says that in relation to Wendy, but you absolutely will hit your goal. You are a force to be reckoned with. I love seeing your post in the Wise Wingman group of your Sunday evening meal prep. You fire up a grill like no one else, and it's awesome to see your enthusiasm for the program. It's awesome to see how you are completely changing lives. So even though you are a United States Marine, former United States Marine, and a New York Yankees fan, dude, I love you more than you'll ever know. I share a part of your story that you've made me so proud to be your wingman, and I truly cannot thank you enough for not quitting on me when I was not able to help you early on. So thank you for that. I asked a lot of people as well, 400 pounds in the first two episodes of the show. Chris shares he's now 69 pounds away from goal, so he certainly can do that. But I asked you, to share now that, tell me some stories of you on Lifetime. And what I want to just do, take a moment now and just read a couple of those emails of folks who've done it, who are now at Lifetime and living the life that we all deserve. And I want to just take a moment and now that out of Longview, Washington, Jennifer writes in, says, "Hi Mike, handmade Lifetime for the third time on February 3rd, 2018. On April 21st, I received my 50-pound charm. It feels amazing. I still attend weekly meetings. I weigh, I measure, and I track everything. I'm able to buy new clothes that fit. I can cross my legs. I have bones in places I never knew I had. I had to have my husband put new holes in my Birkenstock straps. I lost weight in my feet. You said to keep it short, so I will. Lifetime means what it says. Lifetime. I'm never going back. I wish you all good focus. #Wingman." Jennifer, very cool. I think that's probably the coolest thing for me is be able to sit and just cross your leg comfortably. It's a cool feeling for folks who've never had the opportunity to do that. It's my favorite thing as well. And getting new holes in the Birkenstocks, that's pretty awesome as well. So 50-pound weight loss, congratulations. I know it feels amazing. I want you to continue to stay tapped into that feeling. That feeling is what you need to keep staying after to absolutely get it done. Anne writes in and says, "Hi, Mike. Hey, 15 months after beginning this journey in January 2017, I made Lifetime last week. I lost 47% of me, and I kept all of the best parts. The story of It's a Wonderful Life lets us see George Bailey's life two different ways. Mike, in the same way, I wonder what my life would be like today without you, your support, your podcast, and your friendship. Something tells me that without you, this may have been another failed weight loss attempt. Instead, this journey has been different because of the many things that I've learned from you, especially focusing on why and having these podcasts at the ready whenever I need them. I am truly strengthened every time I get to catch a live episode. This time is different because of you, Mike, my wingman. You made me find all the grit and resolve I needed to push through each day. I dedicate my lifetime accomplishment to you." And one quick non-scale victory. I'm going through stored items in my house in preparation for a move, and I found a box of photos from college in my early 20s when I was at my physical peak. If I'd found that box a couple years ago, I would have been very sad to think about how I had let myself go. But now I'm able to wear those same sizes, and the old friends are telling me that I remind them of those years again. 40 years later. So that is a nice victory. Happy 200th episode. Love, Anne. And you two are in that category of truly amazing people. It's truly an honor to walk this journey with you. The photos that you shared with me were absolutely inspiring. I looked at them and said, wow, Anne looks good. So congratulations on doing that. And I understand what you said when, had you found this box a year ago, that it would have been defeating. And so here you are with a true joy of being able to now rekindle that memory and say be something that you can be proud of. And I do want to kind of address the middle part of your email where I truly appreciate the accolade. I truly appreciate that you said that that this journey is different because of me, and I understand where that's coming from. But I really truly do need you to rekindle, refocus, and understand that everything you did. And so anybody who's embarked on a weight loss journey, every time you did it, you are the one that had to do it. So regardless of what motivation you used, you actually had to take the step to do it. And the reason that I feel that is important is because what I want you to know is that for the rest of your life, you have the skills required to completely control your own life. So that's what I want you to know. And I want you to know that I'm truly honored to be here with you. I'm truly honored to be your friend. I'm truly honored to hang out with you online. I have my fingers crossed that we'll be able to hang out later on this summer. Not looking likely, but my fingers are crossed that opportunity will present itself. And when it does, I want to sit and reflect and say, Anne, you did this. 15 months in your journey, it has not been all roses. We've shared some tears. We've gone through some crazy, amazing things, but you persevered. You absolutely did get it done. And again, my heart is just beaming with pride to have you here. And so Anne is joining us on Facebook as well, saying that you are the wind beneath my wings. I think that's an entire tribute to the entire community that we all share this as well. Diane out of Naperville says, hey, since making Lifetime on March 14th, I am feeling incredible. I'm finally getting the hang of maintenance. 2 full months down, point plus 2 and -6, but I'm on to month 3. I'm doing my same routines. I'm measuring, I'm tracking, I'm moving, and I'm going to meetings. I am putting everything I learned into play, and it's working. Thanks for being my wingman, Diane. Diane, another amazing success story. It was an honor to meet you when you came to Indianapolis. Thank you for trudging through the only snowstorm we've ever had. That was absolutely crazy. You absolutely got it done. Thank you for being a part of the Operation Fat Dad crew, and congratulations again on being on Team Lifetime back in March. I love how you opened up your email with "I am feeling incredible." This isn't about what we look like, and so many times, I don't know if you notice that as when people say you look great, I almost always try and respond with, I feel even better. Because the feeling is what we're after. I wake up every single day wanting to make a difference in my life. I wake up every single day wanting to be better, and I feel better. So Diane, when you open your email by saying, I feel incredible, what that tells me is that you're tuned in as well, and you are absolutely going to be able to maintain this for a long period of time. That is what we're all after. And so taking everything that you've learned, putting it into play, that is what we're trying to accomplish. Is kind of, I equate it to going to college, and there's a period of time where you have to study, you have to make some sacrifice, you have to make some changes, and you get an entire education. And then when you graduate, you move on, and the textbooks are still there, but you don't necessarily have to refer to them every day. You have to put everything that you learned into play. You've done that. You're able to do that. That is why you're having the success that you're having, and it's truly an honor to be your wingman as well. Another person at Lifetime is Liz. Liz says, "Hi, Mike. I'm at Lifetime and at Goal since November after losing 70 pounds. I track, I weigh, I measure." Interruption here. I think the theme is the same here. "And every week I attend my meeting and I continue to weigh in as that accountability helps keep me focused. When I'm tempted to revert back to old habits, I go look in my closet. I remember how good it feels to wear smaller sizes without worrying if they will fit or look nice. Although sometimes Goal and Lifetime can feel a little fragile, I definitely have had a mindset shift and I feel like I can do this. This is actually who I am now. Your motivation, your uplifting insights continue to be a breath of fresh air, and I am grateful for that. Sincerely, your wingman, Liz." Liz, congratulations, 70 pounds down, continuing to track, weigh, measure. That is what's working for you. Attending your meeting every single week, weighing in, all of that accountability reminds you every single day that you can do it, and you're absolutely right. It helps keep you focused. And, being able to walk in the closet and say, "This is what I'm wearing today," you just pick it on and put it on is just such an amazing feeling. I want that feeling to be around for you for as long as you want it, as long as you are capable of saying, "I can do this. I want to do this." That is what's going to do that. 70 pounds. This is who you are now. I got a little verb for that too. This is who you always have been. Nothing changed about you. You were always awesome. You were always had the ability to do this. You now understand why you're doing it, and you wake up every single morning on fire wanting to do it. Daisy out of Hackensack, New Jersey says, "Hi, Mike. I'm celebrating 3 months, 2 weeks at Lifetime and at Goal. I will be going on a photo shoot tomorrow in New York City for the fall issue of the Weight Watchers magazine. This journey has been quite a ride, and you have served as an incredible inspiration. I'd like to let our fellow wingmen know that this is doable. It's not easy, but you have the ability to completely change your life. Just get it done. I wish you and everyone good focus." Daisy, congratulations. Starting weight 205 pounds, current weight 134.4 pounds. That's an amazing transformation. 3 months, 2 weeks of Lifetime. You clearly understand what it's like to get it done. Congratulations. Enjoy New York City. You should be there right now, celebrating all the amazing hard work and success that brought you to where you are. Next up, Karen says, "I achieved Lifetime 4 months ago. I know you asked for people who made Lifetime. Although it's only been 4 months, I follow many Lifetimers on Connect for the inspiration. Now I want to inspire everyone. Number 1, Lifetime is truly the next chapter in your journey for a healthy lifestyle. Number 2, the daily focus of every meal, snack, and bites, licks, and tastes is even more paramount to maintain that goal weight. Number 3, this is the only way I've been able to extend my longevity. Wishing everyone continued great focus. Love, Karen. Karen out of Long Island. She's KA Doug 12 on Connect and very active in the Wise Wingman Facebook group. Karen, great. Three perfect tips. I love it. Is this is the only way you've been able to extend your longevity. The fact that you've taken control of your health, the fact that you have now made a difference in your own life, and you've now regained your own health benefits on actions that you've taken, is what the celebration is all about. 4 months at Lifetime. Congratulations. You're doing amazing work. It's truly an honor to walk this journey with you. And again, seeing you in Indianapolis was a treat as well. Next up, Shannon says, "Hey, in 2010, Weight Watchers came to me and asked me to work for them. I told them I couldn't. I can't get the weight off," I said sadly. She didn't take that for an answer. She believed in me. I relied on my leader for the guidance. She encouraged me to work the Simply Filling plan since I wasn't tracking anyway. I haven't been hungry since. See, I was a hungry person. 45 pounds melted off in 4 months, bringing my total to 105 pounds lost. I reached a healthy BMI, and I've never looked back. I love working for Weight Watchers, and I encourage everyone to join the team. Thank you, Fat Dad. You keep us all on the team and motivated. Sincerely, Shannon from Nebraska. Shannon, 105 pounds down. What an incredible journey that is. I love how you tuned into your leader. Your leader recognized where you were in the journey, recognized a program shift. You switched to Simply Filling, boom, 45 pounds down. You absolutely got it done, reaching your healthy BMI and never looking back. So continue up the amazing work. Thank you for stepping up to be a Weight Watcher leader. I love, as well as you said, you encourage others to do the same. There is something very powerful about walking people through this journey and just reminding them every single day that they can do it. Certainly, you don't do this for your own accountability. There is a piece to that plays in, but the absolute reason for doing this is that you want to share your journey. You want to share in other people's success and encourage them to continue to get it done. So, Shannon, thank you for your email. Congratulations on the 105 pounds down. Incredible work. A couple more. Hi, Mike. Lifetimer here, below goal. Just checking in for episode number 200. I reached goal in Lifetime in 1994, and I've been chasing it ever since. I quit going to meetings, and I gained it back plus 20 pounds more. My highest Weight Watcher weight ever was in 2000. Currently, I'm down 25 pounds from my last starting weight, and I'm well below goal. This time feels different. I found my why, I found my focus, and I will never quit on myself again. Thanks, Fat Dag, and thanks for all the great wingmen. See you in Denver in July. Pam out of Colorado Springs. Pam, congratulations on being well below goal. This time feels different because this time is different. The thing that's different about this time is that you will not quit. Quitting simply gives you a new start date. You're not doing that. You're pressing on, getting it done. Dina says, hey, I joined Weight Watchers November 1st, 2016 at 310 pounds. I made Lifetime February 20th, 2018. I'm pushing towards a healthy BMI, and I've continued my weight loss. I'm down 129.6 and counting. I could not be happier. I am truly the best and healthiest version of me ever. Thank you, Fat Dag. You inspire me daily and help me keep focused. Congrats on episode 200, Dina. Dina, congratulations to you. 129.6. You look absolutely amazing. It was truly an honor to meet you a couple weeks ago and just sit quietly and have a nice quiet dinner and just celebrate all of our amazing successes. You did that. You made Lifetime because you decided you were worth it. That's all it takes, that you decided, hey, I this and I'm worth it. And as a result, you truly are the best and the healthiest version of you ever. I want to pause now as we roll into this next one. The very last of I Made Lifetime for episode 200 comes in from Brenda. And I want you guys to just kind of really pay attention as we go through this. And if this doesn't sum the entire journey up for all of us, then you know, maybe we just don't have that option. But Brenda says, hey, Fat Dag, I made Lifetime on Friday. I still can't believe it. I had intended to write to you several times, and I could never get my words together. My Weight Watcher journey started 20 years ago. I lost the majority of my weight within 6 months, and I struggled for 2.5 years with the next 3 pounds, gaining and losing the same 3 pounds. I finally decided I could finish losing the remaining 3 pounds on my own. Who was I fooling? We all know how that would end. My daughter was 4 at the time and would go to the Weight Watcher meetings with me. She talks about how after the meetings we would go to McDonald's for ice cream. I would reward myself with food. What was I thinking? Certainly, I wasn't thinking about what I was teaching my daughter. I joined Weight Watchers 1 year ago, determined that this is the time. I would lose the weight and I would get to goal. I started listening to the Wise Advice podcast right away. It made all the difference in my journey. I had a pretty heavy why. I wanted to lose my weight so I could be around for my family, for my health. My family history is terrible. I lost my twin sister 13 years ago to cancer. Linda had joined Weight Watchers and she had made it to goal. Shortly after, she was diagnosed with breast cancer. She went through treatment. We celebrated 1 year cancer-free. But 6 months later, she was diagnosed with cancer again. This time, she didn't make it. She passed away 4 months later. For years, I believed she passed away because she had lost her weight and didn't have the strength to fight the cancer. I used that as my excuse for not losing the weight that I needed to lose. When I was diagnosed with cancer 8 years ago, I knew it was my turn to go through the cancer treatment, and I made my decisions for my care based on Linda and her outcome. I had a double mastectomy and a complete hysterectomy done. My doctors watched me very closely. I didn't worry about my weight because I wanted to have the extra weight in case I needed to fight like my twin sister had. 1 year ago, I decided it was time to lose the weight so I could get off my diabetic medication. My insurance had changed, and my cost for my diabetic meds each month was $500. So my journey started so I could get off my medicine. I went to my oncologist 3 months ago for my 6-month checkup. He was so excited to see my weight loss. He said something that has become my biggest why. I had just done the biggest thing I could ever do to keep cancer at bay. I had lost the weight. He said cancer is attracted to fat. He said because I had lost the weight, I had a better chance of remaining cancer-free. Because of my family history, I remain at high risk and I will continue to see my oncologist every 6 months. I cannot wait to see him in the fall. I sailed through those last few pounds to make goal. Linda lost her battle with cancer, not because she was at her goal weight, but because she had 2 different types of cancers at the same time and couldn't fight them. I've been cancer-free for 8 years now. I exercise at Beat Cancer Boot Camp 3 times a week. I love it. Who knew I would love to exercise? Cancer does not like exercise. It gives it too much oxygen. I'm still diabetic because not because I am fat or make poor food choices. So my body does not process the insulin correctly. I'm not diabetic because I'm fat. So my why has changed, and that's okay. I have changed. I am in control of what goes in my mouth, which eventually controls my health. What a concept. I don't have control of everything, but what I can control, I do control. I love my life. I am the healthiest I have been my entire adult life. I weigh what I weighed in high school. Thank you, Fat Dag, for your no-nonsense approach to weight loss. You helped me figure out my why, and I kept it close by. I made goal, and then lifetime. I plan to continue to attend my weekly meeting. My health will continue to remain my focus. Thank you for your service to our country, Brenda. Folks, that right there is a winner in all aspects of life. Brenda, you are absolutely amazing, and what you have gone through to get to this part in your journey is incredibly inspiring. Your email sums up this entire journey for so many people, and my heart goes out to you in a lot of different ways, but what I want to address first is that you sharing your story is the most powerful thing you can ever do, because there are so many people right now not knowing where to turn, not knowing if they can do this, not knowing, believing that they are completely alone, and you, through your strength and your courage, have proven to them that they don't have to be alone. For your twin sister Linda, our thoughts and prayers continue to always go out for you and your family, and it's awesome that she was able to help you through your own journey by sharing parts of her journey that enabled you to shape yours, and so that is the incredible part. Continue to do all the amazing things. Your last paragraph is the piece that I want to just certainly highlight, is that you cannot control everything. What you can control is what you eat and the exercise that you do. That is what enables you to love your life, and that is what's given you the opportunity to be the healthiest that you've ever been in your entire life, and then weighing back where you are at high school. It doesn't matter how long it took you to get here. It doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter what the numbers are. What matters is here you are at a point in your life where you're absolutely the healthiest version of you can ever be. I think that's what we're all after. I think when it really boils down to it, doesn't matter what size clothes we wear. It doesn't matter what the scale says. It doesn't matter what we look like. It doesn't matter what the reflection in that mirror is showing us. What matters is we wake up every single day. We want to change the world. We want to share our stories so that other people can change their lives. We wake up every single morning excited to be a part of this amazing life. We realize that all of that transpired because we dared to take that first step. Brenda, you are an incredible inspiration, and I want to thank you for ending a very special episode, number 200. And here's to many, many, many success stories that will come as a result of you sharing yours. So thank you for being a part. Thank you for celebrating with us. Thank you for truly checking in and being an amazing wingman. Folks, that's how you do it. And it's really, I hate to say the word simple because it's not simple, but it's absolutely doable. As you heard, so many people I haven't added up in this episode, but the first two people were 200 pounds. There was a couple 100-pound episodes. So we're easily approaching 1,000-pound weight loss in a single episode of the podcast. It's people who've woken up every single morning wanting to completely change their life and doing it. They found the resources. They found the Wise Wingman group. They found the podcast. But the reality is it doesn't matter what they found. They found what worked for them. And that's all that I ask you to do is I ask you to wake up every single morning saying, I can do this. I don't have to be perfect at it. I don't have to be even good at it. I just have to keep doing it. I have to show up like Chris did and say, you know what? It's okay that it didn't work on day one. It's going to work on day two. And on day two, when it doesn't work, you just try even harder to make it work on day three. And you get into a groove where you then have completely changed your life. And then I certainly ask that at that point, when you realize that you have completely changed your life and you are the healthiest version of you, you then reach back and you find other people who are just now attempting to start this journey. And you say, I understand. I know exactly where you're coming from because I was you. And so I want to walk with you and I want to share with you what I went through so that you don't have to make a lot of the same mistakes I did and you can find your own way in this group. You can join us on the web. You can join us on Facebook in the Wise Wingman Facebook group. You can join us on Connect. You can join us in the meeting room. You can join us wherever it is you need that support, but it's absolutely critical to your journey that you find someone to share your story with because you never know the impact that we each have. 2.1 million downloads and counting, 200 episodes and counting, thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds shed as we completely change our life is complete reason to be celebrating. What is it that you're celebrating? Let's share it on the air. Go to fatdag.com, click on the Wise Advice Podcast link, send in your celebrations, your comments, your questions. I will work them in to the upcoming show. I want you to email those celebrations because, as you know, I truly, truly want you to be proud of what you're doing. You are doing this. Whether you're checked in or not, whether you're listening or not, is regardless. You are the one making it happen. You need to be damn proud that you're doing it. That's going to do it for this time. Remember that losing weight and getting healthy has nothing to do with luck. You have to remain disciplined and focused. Set your sights on your goal and go after it. I wish you good focus. Episode 200. The good news is it's saved. Woohoo! Fran, right? Isn't that, Franny says, wow, a whole bunch of awesomeness going on with us. True. So true. Heather, thank you. Good seeing you. Pamela's here. So glad I stopped in today. Lisa's, yeah, of course. 200 episodes down. I don't know. I mean, it's hard to pick one story that is impactful, but it's incredible to hang out with you guys. I said it in the opening of the show, and if you missed it, I really want you to go back and listen to this episode again. And I truly mean it when I say that you are a part of this with me. I could not do this. I could not do this alone. It's not. And, I fuel and feed off of the energy that you send to me, and that's what keeps me going. It would be very easy for me. There's so much going on. It'd be very easy for me just to be back to where I was, but that's not happening because I have this amazing support network, and you're a part of that. Yeah, you're more than just a part of it. You're it. This community is absolutely incredible, and so as Lori says, I am damn proud until I get discouraged when things aren't going the way I think they should, but I'm not quitting. Use that pride to keep going. Sometimes we forget that the amazing work we've gotten to, and so, look at where you are, Lori. Now you're in a way different place than you've ever been in your life. Be proud of that. Lee said I should write my thoughts about this in the Book of Awesome. Yeah, this here's the Book of Awesome. I will. I'll probably take some moment to write that down for sure. It is a great idea. Let's see. Jennifer says I made Lifetime for the first time in 1973. Yes, 1973. She said this is the third time I'm sticking with it. Your podcast has been huge for me. Thanks for being there. My wingmen support me, and I support them. That's what it's all about. Jennifer, congratulations on reaching Lifetime in 1973. I remember that year well. It was a great, great, great year. I remember coming into the world and going, wow, what a cool place this world is. And I'm going to make a change. I said that way back in 1973, the year I was born. So, Jennifer, thanks for sharing that. Bev, I completely agree. We need each other. It's 100%. We do need each other. There isn't one person that's more important than the other in this journey. So it's a team effort. And so what's cool about a team is there are nights that I can't be here and you fill in. There are nights you can't be here and someone else fills in. That's what makes the team work. So thank you for being a part of that. Anna says, I am back to square one again. No, you're not. She said, I need to get back on track. You're not back at square one. Anna, you are now starting a new journey with a whole new level of knowledge that you had. You have the evidence that the program works. You have a new set of resources. You're not back to square one. You're well ahead of the game, and you're surrounded by amazing people who get it, and you're going to get it done this time. Jason's asking, when you come to Toronto, can't wait to high-five you for all you're doing. Virtual high five, June. I think we get in Friday is the plan. We're going to get into Toronto on Friday. I have my hotel reservation. I honestly don't remember where I'm staying, but somewhere in the vicinity, I hope. So that is the plan. I'm staying at a hotel Friday through, and then probably back home on Sunday. I haven't finalized all the plans, but we do have the hotel reservation for sure. Jamie says, I've been writing Weight Watcher words of wisdom from the podcast. Very fun. I think Ann does that as well. Ann has a very cool book she shares. Nate, good evening to you. Nate joining us in on Instagram. So Nate, you missed episode 200, but you can certainly catch it in the podcast in the morning. Nate is one of those amazing Army guys who that we have to talk slower around so that he understands what we're talking about. But good to see you, sir. Hope all is well. Amy says, you're having an amazing success, Lori. Don't forget that. You share lots of inspiration with us. That's exactly what I was saying. Exactly. Patty says, thank you, Mike. Always listening and I'm walking. Glad to hear 200 live. Yeah, me too. Me too. Linda, good night. Thank you for being here. Joan says, first 5 weeks and I've only lost 4 pounds. What's up with that? I measure, track, kayak, walk. Joan, great job. Stick with it. So Nate's firing back. Nate's firing back on Instagram saying, hey, I'm sure that chair is nice and comfy. Yeah, us Air Force guys, we're not going to go play in the dirt. Are you crazy? That's for you Army guys. But anyway, Joan, no, seriously, let's talk about this. 5 weeks, 4 pounds. That's exactly right on track. You're doing fantastic work. If you keep up a pound a week, which is essentially what you've done, that's 52 pounds a year. A year from now, your life is completely different. Stick with us. We'll get you there. Janice, thank you. Jennifer says to Anna, start right now. You can do it for sure. Lee says Lee was born in 1973 as well. So today is your birthday today, Lee? No way. All right, so you guys will have to type, but I'll sing. So today is Lee's birthday. So happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Lee. Happy birthday to you. Congratulations. Happy birthday. 70, born in 1973. You're not 73. You're born in 73, which makes you 45. Cool. Lori says, I'm so close, 15 pounds to go. My mother-in-law gave me size small skirts that actually fit. So see, that's the stuff you have to do. You have to really take a moment to celebrate what you've done, not what you haven't done. Think of that for a second. Think of all the things in life we haven't done. It's a depressing list. But if you start racking up the things that you have done, it's a really cool list. You know, man, I've never walked on the moon. How depressing is that? But think of all the things that I have done. So, Lori, reframe your brain and just do the things that you celebrate the things that you've done right. Man. Yeah. Pamela, completely agree. I love the way one person reaches out for help and the team just jumps in. That's my most favorite thing about the Wise Wingman Facebook group is, so when I started that, my intent is exactly what it's transpired to be, is that I built this community, or let me back up. I offered a platform where we could all get together. My intent was not to be in there every single day. My intent was to provide a safer place for us all to share our stories, and you guys are helping each other, which is exactly what I was hoping it would be. So thank you for doing that for sure. Ellen says, can't wait to celebrate with everyone in August. It will be 1 year at goal in August. So lifetime rocks. Congratulations, Ellen. Very cool. Faith Ann says, this is my third time dropping 55 pounds and making lifetime. The first time was in 1994 after my first child. You're scared. Nothing at all to be scared about. This is an amazing journey. You're here with you're an amazing group of people. We have an amazing group here. We can celebrate together. We got you. There's nothing to be scared about. Marsha says, oh my God, I was married with a child in 1973. I was a child in 1973, but only parts of it. January of 1973, I didn't exist. February is when I decided to completely come in and change the world. Maria says, thanks, Mike, for going back-to-back 2 nights of inspiration for us all, and embrace and learn and live by great 200th show. Yeah, I can't wait to push this one to the app. It's going to be fun. Yeah, happy birthday, Lee, again. Yeah, look at this. Jamie says, I was able to swim a full mile in 1 hour and 11 minutes tonight. A week ago, it was a quarter mile. After a year of water aerobics, I have switched to laps and can now get out of the lap pool on my own. You've been afraid to get in the lap pool because you weren't able to before. 50 pounds ago, recovered couch potato. Congratulations. See, that's what it's about, is you've completely changed your life. You know, it doesn't matter what the scale says. It doesn't matter what you look like. Your life is completely different. Isn't that the coolest thing ever? That's what's cool. You celebrate those victories, you know, and you've got to open your mind to understand that all the amazing things you've done, you have done. Jeannie's here. Good evening to you. So we're almost wrapping up. Episode 200 was amazing. She's on Instagram till your phone charges, and we'll switch over to hop over to Facebook. We may be done by the time you get there, but welcome. Let's see. Helen says, in 1973, I was married and had 2 kids. We'll be married 48 years on June 21st. Man, that's incredible. That's our goal. We're at 23 years this July. 23 years, we celebrate amazing life. And so hopefully we can get, not hopefully, we will. We'll get to many, many, many happy years. It's just as much fun as this. Yeah, Deb says we do not step into the same river twice, right? So you guys are all now telling me that you were married and you reached goal in 73. Very fun. Kat says, hello, sorry I'm late. There's no such thing as late. You're here. That's all that matters. Jennifer's out. Good evening to you. Let's see. Jamie says, I surprise myself daily with what I'm able to do. Exactly. Just try it. Kat says, been off the grid without Wi-Fi, so glad to be back. Good evening to you. Kathy says, do you ever get feedback from the military individual you talked to in Operation Fat Dag? Yes. So Nate is over on Instagram right now. Nate is one of those guys who was in the Operation Fat Dag group. And so one of the very first groups, I invited him to be a part of this community, and Nate did. He took me up on it. And so by him continuing to stay plugged in and tuned in, it absolutely is, I'm sure, right, Nate? You're killing it. He's changing his life. And so all you really want to do is just be a part of this community and understand the possibilities of things. So yeah, Kathy, I get feedback there. I get feedback from the group. Every once in a while, they tell me that the groups are doing awesome. I think July is our next opportunity to sit down with the next group and share. So looking forward to that as well. A whole bunch of happy birthdays. Very fun. Ellen says, feeling down, but you lift me up, as does this group. That's why we're here. Yeah, Deb sums it up perfectly. We need to take only out of our vocabulary. There's a handful of words I try not to use. I'm not real good at it. You know, I don't like to say the word hate because I don't think I can hate anything. I think there's opportunities to embrace it. I try not to say never. I try not to say always. I try not to say only, because those things, when you start doing that, you know, someone certainly comes around and proves you wrong for one, but you really limit yourself. So I try very hard not to use those words if I can help it. Only is certainly one of them. And, you know, I only lost so much this week. Okay, well, you lost. That's the goal. We're in a weight loss mode. Kat says you missed us when you were off the grid. Aw. Well, then don't get off the grid. Lori says, I know it's just the number that makes me nuts, and you know the number shouldn't be the most important thing. So no, Lori, that's the hardest thing to understand. And so I'm in a little conflict at the moment, right? Because, you know, of course, I weigh myself daily, and I keep an eye on the scale number, but I'm starting to transition into a more of a total feeling, and I'm very concerned about the number in a sense where I'm curious how it relates to the journey, but the reality is I've run a 5K in April. I ran a 5K in May. I ran a 5K. I'm going to run a 5K in June. I'm going to run a 5K every single month this year. I don't care what I weigh at the end of that. I'm running a 5K. My clothes still fit. I'm still very able to complete my fitness test. My health is fantastic. You know, so even though it is important, but the scale isn't it. So I'm in that kind of mindset. So we can't focus on the number. We have to focus on not what we look like, not what the scale says we weigh. We have to focus on how we feel. We have to focus on the best. You know, let's face it. You know, we're done being supermodels. Our opportunity to be a supermodel, we lost that many, many, many years ago. It's not happening. Sorry if you were here hoping that you were going to be the next supermodel. I apologize for breaking that news to you, but it's not going to happen. Never. I'll use the word never. This is not the group for that. None of us are going to be supermodels. So what we can do is we can be super healthy people, right? So we can just change. Yeah, all the sad faces. I know. I see it. So what we can focus on is that we have the opportunity to regain our health. That's it. At some point in our life, we gave up the healthy version of ourselves in exchange for overeating, in exchange for not working out. We purposely, somewhere along the line, we gave up that opportunity to be the best version of ourselves with a health mode because we didn't want to work out and we wanted to choose things that may have not been healthy for us to consume. We now have been educated. We've now seen the light. We now understand that the best thing we can do for ourselves now, we can't do anything about yesterday, but from this moment going forward, we can make better choices. I didn't say perfect choices. We can move more. We can get some version of exercise. I didn't say go run a marathon. We can do small things today to completely change our future. Can't do a thing to change our past. So the fact that we cannot be a supermodel is something we gave up years and years and years ago, but we can now be super people. And then we can model that behavior. So that's how I'm going to frame it. Faith Ann says, how can I keep up with Fat Dag's live schedule? I'm doing something wrong. Hey, Fat Dag, I'm really Robbie0202. So the best way, honestly, did I put it on Twitter today? I guess I didn't. But the best way to keep up is to follow Wise Advice on Twitter. Wise Advice on Twitter is the only number one way where I'm consistently letting you know when I'm going to do the next show. When I decide that next show is coming, I put it on the calendar. The calendar auto sends it to Twitter. And then 15 minutes before the show, Twitter reminds you. And then as we do the show, Twitter reminds you. So follow Wise Advice on Twitter. You'll get all of the live notifications as to when the next show is. That's the best way. Second best way is go to fatdag.com, click on the calendar. That gets updated as well. Catherine says, hi from a fellow Weight Watcher leader. Love your podcast and always tell my members to follow you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Let's see. I want to get this one before it goes. Helen over on YouTube is saying, I've been the same weight, give or take, for 5 pounds. I was given a skirt I could wear 2 months ago, put it on yesterday and hit fit. Or you couldn't wear it 2 months ago. I'm so glad I kept up with my exercise. Yeah. Our bodies change even when the scale doesn't. You got to remember that. Anna, thank you for 200 opportunities to listen to you and helping us believe in ourselves. Thank you for believing in me. You showed up at the very first race in Biloxi. How cool is that? Ocean Springs. It was, a small handful of us there that you guys believed in me. So thank you. Let's see. Yeah. There we go. So Maggie comes up with the answer. Got it. Alicia said, had a work event at Top Golf and I played golf for 2 hours. Impressed a few people because I outdrove the men most of the time. Hadn't picked up a golf club in years. Confidence for the win. Very cool. Alicia, which Top Golf? Just out of curiosity, we go to the one here in Indy quite often. I've been to Naperville. I've been to Orlando. I think those are the only ones I've been to. Karen was born in 1973 also. Woohoo! Yep. Ellen's doing chair yoga. Very nice. Scrolling through. Anna says, I was not around in 1973. Yeah, I get it. Jamie wasn't born yet either. Very fun. Yeah, Kat says, so glad you're here, Nate. She remembers your very first night. Very fun. Let's see, scrolling through. Very fun. So Joe Emmons says, my daughter Dina told me to watch you, so here I am. Very fun. It's a family thing. We all stay together. It's so fun when we inspire others to make healthy choices in their life. It's very, very fun. Lori says, my question is, should I keep paying to go to Weight Watchers and no, money isn't a problem? I don't miss it. Here's where I'm going to give you an honest answer is that you have to do what works for you. I believe that is the best program out there, hands down. I believe it's worth every penny out there to get the education. I believe it's worth it to push to get to lifetime so that you can quit paying that. So I would encourage you to quit paying by solving the reason you started. That's how I would encourage it. Glenda says, walked 25,000 steps yesterday just because I could. Was 25 in 1973. Very cool. David is here. Good evening. Yeah, LaDonna, it's funny. You're right. It's awesome how, we have some very young people. We have some people who are my age, and then we have some people who are awesome. So it is fun that, we're in a group of people who the age doesn't matter. Age has nothing to do with this. There are people who are getting it done regardless of how young you are, which is super duper awesome. Marcia says, okay, all you children not around in 1933 need to stop. I'm old. I get it. Old is just awesome. That's all it is. Kat says, did my 5K, still seeking Wonderland, going to get there. I will let you know. Can't wait to hear it. Yep. More stuff. Look at that. Karen says, you're off diabetes meds and blood pressure meds. Ding, ding, ding. Very cool. Yeah, Cheryl summed it up perfectly. No one can tell you whether or not you should or shouldn't go to meetings. You have to decide for yourself. 100% agree. 100% agree. Look at this. You guys are you're all chiming in with things that we've said many, many times over the podcast, which is very cool. Such an awesome community. Brandy says, can't change the pizza I ate yesterday, but on the bright side, I did get out of the yard and played softball with my daughter. That's a victory. That's awesome. That's what it's all about. LaDonna says, hubby says, to speak for yourself about the supermodel role, he's sexy and he knows it. Yes, he is. What is he? I forget. He was 6'4", 6'5", something like that. Dude shows up and, he's like, I'm like, hi, nice to meet you. So yes, he is sexy and he knows it. Very fun. Man, that's so cool. Denise says, my coworker reached out to me to tell me she's joining Weight Watchers, offered to be her wingman. Man, awesome. That is so cool. Yep, Faith is setting up on Twitter. Very nice. So on Twitter, I have 2 accounts. Wise Advice generally is reserved for show tweets. Fat Dag on Twitter is randomness. Like today, I retweeted Wendy's. I don't know if you know this whole IHOB thing that's going on. I guess they changed their name. Wendy's is fun to follow on Twitter. I don't go there in person, but I go there on Twitter. They made fun of IHOP today. It was kind of fun. So Fat Dag on Twitter is randomness. Wise Advice. If you're one of those people that gets distracted easily, just stick with the show. Stay following Wise Advice. You'll be fine. To everyone else, you can have fun with us in Fat Dag land. Yep. Dina says, hi, Mom. That's so fun. Stephanie says, my first live viewing. So excited. Thank you for being here. Man, this is a long night. We're at, I don't even know what timer is. We're 86 minutes and counting. Whew. Yeah. And Marie says that the random sock tweets as well. Yeah. We tweeted Belega. Belega is a sock manufacturer of the only socks that I've worn for like the last 8 or 9 years. Just randomly tweeted them, and they finally responded today. So I don't know what took them so long, but they finally confirmed that they are the best socks on the planet. My opinion only. Stephanie says, thank you. I'll listen to the podcast, but I've never seen it live. So you do listen. So very cool. So yeah, this is the live version. You unfortunately missed the actual show. So if you go back into Facebook, you can watch the whole thing over again. But the audio of the middle will get put into the app. Hopefully all of you have the app. If not, when you're done here, go to the App Store, get the Wise Advice app. That's the favorite way for me to have you listen to the show. Let's see. Stephanie's out of Colorado. Kathy said you had your first date with your husband in February of 1973. Very fun. Dina says, Mom, you tune in at the end. Be sure to go back and watch from the beginning. Thanks for watching. This is Fat Dag. He's the Weight Watcher you told me about and we go to meet. So, hi. Very fun. Very cool. Allison, made goal this week. Maintenance is the next hurdle. Congratulations. You did it. Awesome stuff. Kat says, I love that you think I'm awesome. Well, you are awesome. Truly, you're awesome. You're awesome. It's that simple. And you need to know it. And you need to own it. And you need to tell everyone it. I got accused early on. I did a lot of, I'm proud of what I've done in a sense where it's things I didn't really know was possible. And I did it because someone showed me it was possible and I followed their lead. And so I share that success. And I've had people say to me, quit bragging. I'm like, you know what? No, I'm happy that I did it. So it sounds weird. I am awesome. And you're awesome, and you need to tell the world how awesome you are because people want to be awesome with you. And if we show them what awesome looks like, it enables them to step up and be awesome, and then the whole world turns awesome. How awesome is that? Fran reminds me that we do tweet from the Fat Dag account. We tweet often to McAllister's, but I only encourage the unsweet tea, not the sweet tea. Too many points in the sweet tea, but the unsweet tea is where it's at. Chris says, preach. It's true, right? I mean, if we all said this was, no one wants to be boring. Everybody wants to be awesome. So we're raising the bar by telling everyone we're awesome, and they go, well, I want to be awesome too, and they step up. Man, it's fun, 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 fun. Brenda just graduated high school in '73. Chris was not born in '73. I know that. Look at that, Diane, 155 pounds lost. Very awesome. LaDonna, yeah. So yeah, he's 6'8". No wonder he was so tall. I looked up a lot, and he's going to be a supermodel. He's too tall to be a supermodel. Period. Google it. Can you be 6'8" and be a supermodel? Too tall. I think we're. He said, "Don't short you." I didn't know you could be 6'8" and fit into a Dodge Charger. He got it. He does it though. You guys are fun. Kat says, "Want to try those socks?" I agree. Pamela, it's funny. Belega should send us free socks. They're not a show sponsor. They're not an advertiser. They're just a brand that I happen to like. So, maybe if we tweet them often, maybe they'll call me. Belega, call me. Catherine says, I'm going on all-inclusive cruise on Friday. We'll be doing lots of stairs and walking the decks in the morning. Great strategy. Enjoy it. How thick are the socks? Bev, they make a thin version and they make a cloud version. So you can find a pair that's thick or thin depending on what you're looking for. See? They are the best socks. I've worn them. I bought them by accident. Jeannie's on Instagram. So the first time, years and years and years ago, I used to run, and I went to go buy new shoes because someone told me I had to buy running shoes. I didn't know anything about buying running shoes. And the guy goes, "Do you want to buy these socks?" And I'm like, "They're $14. I don't need a $14 pair of socks. For $14, I want a dozen pair." So that's what I was buying. And so I don't know why, but the guy's like, no, just buy them. So I think they're $14. It may have been more. I can't remember honestly, but I remember looking at the price tag, and the price tag being the reason that I didn't want anything to do with these socks. It was absolutely stupid to spend that amount of money on socks. So whatever the price was, I bought them. For some reason, he convinced me to do it. I got suckered into the sales pitch. I went home, I put them on, I ran, and I was like, oh. And from that point on, I have maybe once or twice ever never run without using those socks. They are absolutely the most comfortable things ever. And that was 7 or 8 years ago. And now I have dozens and dozens of pair. Look at that. Pam says, I may go this time since I'm down 81 pounds. Awesome. Anna says, what brand of the sock is Balega is the name of the brand. And again, full disclosure, not at all affiliated. I'm just a fan. Please tell my Greek wingman Mary I couldn't do this without her. Mary, Nora can't do this without you. So Mary and Nora, you need to make sure you never ever leave each other. You never leave your wingman behind. So Nora and Mary, get it done. Got it. Bev, I think you'll like these socks. They're awesome. Ellen says I'm wrong. Models come in all sizes these days. All right. Peg says, I feel blessed to have spent time in your space. I came away with lots of encouragement and inspiration. Yep, awesome. I agree. Same way. Very cool. All right, so Pam is out. Got to get 2,500 more steps before I lose the light outside. Good night. LaDonna says, I love my personal wingman, Tara Bell. Very cool. All right, so we are at 93 minutes, 26 seconds. I think it's time to go. I think you guys are incredible. I cannot thank you enough for being a part of this amazing community that we built together. Having accountability buddies, as LaDonna says. Tammy says she's pooped, time for bed. I completely agree. It's going to take me some time to put episode 200 out. I want to make sure that the thousands of people tomorrow who will wake up to episode 200, I hope that they all wake up hearing our stories, our energy, our inspiration, and they say, I too can do this, because that's what it's all about. So Dina says there's a coupon code RUN25, saves 25% off the socks. Who knew? Very cool. I have like dozens of pairs. It's awesome. Helen, thank you for being here as well. But let's go ahead and wrap this up. So let's see, who do I pick first? We'll say goodbye to Twitter first. Twitter, good evening. Thank you for being here. You're out. Wishing you good focus. Boom. Twitter's gone. Poor Twitter. Shannon says, thank you. Just have to rewind. Just got home from two Weight Watcher meetings. Awesome. Yeah, this is a long one, but you're going to want to watch it. I promise you. YouTube, thank you for being here. Thanks for being an amazing part of this journey. Wishing you, for sure, good focus. Good night. And then